Today, we're making a cheese-stuffed burger, also known as the Jucy Lucy. Now, how it's spelled will really depend on which of the two Minnesota bars you're giving credit for inventing this delicious burger. Now, is this a gimmick? And how is it different than melting some cheese over your burger? Well, the cheese melting inside the burger while it cooks gives the meat more moisture and gives the cheese a little bit more flavor since it's cooking in with the meat juice. Now be sure to get creative with your toppings. And although I'm a big fan of keeping cooks very simple, it's really easy to elevate this burger, and you're going to start off by grinding your own meat. I have 2 New York strip steaks that I'll be cubing up. These are still semi-frozen, which is always good because it makes cutting and grinding a lot easier. Next, I'll place in my grinder, a few cubes at a time. This is only a 500-watt grinder, so I have to take it easy. I'm only going to run the meat through it once. I usually don't double grind when making burgers. Once we have our meat, let's start off by placing a 1/4 pound of meat and flattening it out. This is going to serve as our base. Be sure to create a solid platform here so it doesn't fall apart on you. Now, your measurements don't have to be exact, but if you're wondering, yes, I did weigh out each of these patties. It's about a 1/4 pound each. I usually do a 1/3 pound burgers for normal patties, but for these cheese stuffed burgers, I decided to go with 2 1/4 pound patties. So it's going to be a nice hefty 1/2 pound burger. I'll be dropping in some cheese. Cheddar is the most popular here, but I decided to go with a little Oaxaca cheese. I just love how it melts. Add a generous amount, but try to avoid the cheese making contact with the sides. It'll just ooze out. Next, I'll drop in another 1/4 pound of meat. Flatten it, and then seal in the cheese as much as possible. The idea here is to try and seal the cheese as much as possible so while it's cooking, it doesn't ooze out. As you'll see later, it didn't work out this way, but it's not really a deal breaker if it does. Once you get a nice seal all over the sides, I'll season this burger with some of Al Lunacy's barbecue rub. Be sure to check out his website out. I'll be dropping the link down in the description. Now, once the top and bottom are seasoned, you'll want to season the sides as well. Now, you might find it easier to place the built patty in the freezer for a few minutes. This way the meat will firm up a bit and it won't fall apart on you. Plus, it'll make it easier for you to season. Otherwise, be extra careful so it doesn't fall apart on you. Let's get this grill started. As you can see, I have some leftover charcoal. Using some leftover charcoal is not a problem. I'm not sure where that idea not to reuse charcoal came from, but I do it all the time. And once lit, I'll drop just a bit of fresh charcoal. I'm gonna smoke this burger, so I'm gonna be dropping some wood chunks. I'm gonna target 250 degrees Fahrenheit. But if it goes just a little bit over, that'll just mean it'll cook a little faster and it'll have a little less smoke on it, which, you know what, is not the end of the world. Once the grill is to temperature, I'll place in my burger. I'll check on it after a couple of minutes. This burger has gotten some great color. Now, there's a little bit of cheese spillage, but there's plenty of cheese inside to make this worthwhile. Let's build out this burger. I'm keeping the toppings pretty standard on this one. A layer of mayo, some lettuce, tomato, and red onion. On my top bun, I'm going to add some guacamole. I'm going to pull these burgers once they reach 160 degrees. This way I'll carry over to 165. Let's place in our burger patty. I'm going to top it with some roasted serranos. Place in our top bun, and bam! A wonderfully smoked cheese stuffed burger. Now, before we cut into it, let me explain that although I smoked this burger, I made 2 additional burgers later on for my wife and I decided to grill them. I really go back and forth between what's better. But what are your thoughts? Is a smoked burger better than a grilled burger? Please let me know down in the comments and let me know which team you're on. Once the patties are cooked, my wife dressed her burger a little differently than me. She went with the ketchup, mustard, and dropped in way more guacamole than I did. Now, which burger would you eat? Anyways, back to my smoked burger. We have some slicing to do. Let's cut right in the middle And check out this awesomeness of this cheese spilling out. If this doesn't make your mouth water, I don't know what will. Watch me as I awkwardly hold this burger and try to take an awkward bite. Never seen that before. The second bite was more successful, thankfully. And my thoughts? Sorry for the messy face here, but this is delicious. This burger turned out fantastic. And Al Lunacy's barbecue rub really took it up to the next level. I highly recommend you give it a try. And although you don't have to go as far as grinding your own meat, I really encourage that you do. Grinding your own burger meat is a game changer. Are you looking for other burger videos? Then be sure to check out these videos next.